Hey love bugs, I'm so excited. We're here for your new moon reading in September. This is our new moon in Virgo. We are still just in Virgo season as well. I'm excited to share what comes up in the cards today. I got a little inkling that I'm going to pull in something special at first. But if you're here and you have just clicked over, thank you so much for coming over. I hope that you love it so much that you will like this video and subscribe and make sure to ring the bell for notifications. And for those of you who know me and those of you who don't, my name is Archield. I'm an intuitive business coach. And I love working with socially and spiritually conscious entrepreneurs to shift the socioeconomic paradigm and the way that works for all of us. The way I do that is I help you with your business. It's not enough to just have a business and have it be doing okay, or, a lot of my clients feel like they are stuck in a rut, right? And we get you out of that rut so you can start thriving in your business and really grow and scale, so that you can help shift that socioeconomic paradigm. The magic, the piece of resistance is without all the damn hustle, right? I don't believe in hustle. I'm not that person. And you'll find that in everything that I talk about. No hustle, no overwhelm. All right, so if you want to know more about working with me, you can check the description below, or go ahead and head over to my website at africaarchield.com. But with all of that said, you're here for that business energy, so you know what to do with your business, what energies you can use in this business for this lunar cycle. So let's work with that lunar energy, shall we? All right, like I said, I had a little bit of an inkling to do something a little different this time. And that is, kind of felt the calling of the Fae, saying they had something special to share. And so we're going to start there, right, to see what card that's going to give us. This is like the season of Virgo, so there's always a lot of healing going on. And these are healing with fairy cards. But then there's something very magical as we're coming out of the full moon in Pisces, which kind of puts us in that liminal space, right? That space between the 3D and the 5D, having a foot in the physical and a foot in the spiritual. So let's see what they have to share. Peace of mind. Wow, don't we all need that right now? Some peace of mind. So know that that's what they're giving you. That's what they want you to lean on. Like, it's okay, right? We are spiritual beings in these physical bodies. And so they are physical bodies. They are going to go through hurt and despair and all these things and fear, right? And what the Fae is saying right now is, this is the time for you to have peace of mind. It's going to be okay. We're going to keep moving forward. It doesn't mean that things are over. And for those of you who don't know, I talk about business and personal because you are your business. So this might have more personal connotations for many of you than business, but for some of you, there's some business connotations in here. Take some time. I always say this, get out into nature, ground, center. I have a grounding and center meditation. I'll try to make sure to link it above this video, and I'll definitely put it down in the description. But it's about finding peace. I think I have I did a lot of meditations, guys, so I have an inner peace meditation as well. Make sure that you are taking that time out to find peace within yourself, to know that things are going to be fine. So I think I want to put that here in the center, because I think that's going to really help us look at what's going to happen from this new moon in Virgo going into our full moon in Taurus. I'm actually excited about the full moon in Taurus, guys. I'm not going to lie. So let's see what we've got else going on here that we can look at. Right? Because we're coming out of that full moon in Pisces. So there was a lot of like just heavy, like I said, it's like having your foot in both places, and you're not here or there. You're just somewhere in between. And a lot happened with that. There's a lot of energy moving, crossing thresholds. And if you did it right, then you're starting to even reap those rewards, right? Because we just got Jupiter going back direct. And so it's shining brightly on what we've done, our accomplishments, and we're reaping rewards from that, right? So let's see what else we've got here. We've got, I think we got this one before. Take time to breathe out. Right? So and that makes sense. If the overall message is peace of mind, that means we have to take time to breathe. That means we have to take a step back, per se. Right? Maybe not even when we want to. But it helps to put things in perspective. So take time to breathe out. Otherwise, you're going to hyperventilate and pass out, right? We don't want that, because that does not give us peace of mind. That literally means our hearts are racing, our minds, our thoughts are racing. So when you take time to breathe out, you slow things down and you can be more in the moment. And I think that's going to serve us really well in this new moon energy, because you're going to be able to really come from a higher space, a grander overview to know next steps. All right, so what do we've got? Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Wow, I tell you, I think last time we got, in the full moon, we got something about the new moon. Now we're in the new moon, getting stuff about the full moon. And it does make conclusions, which is nice. We've got our full moon, like I said, coming up beginning of October in Taurus, and I think that's going to be beautiful for a great many people in business, right? So stay in business. The conclusions are in reach, and they are gorgeous. I mean, even when you take a look at this card itself, it's just the colorings, the color is beautiful, right? And again, it has that peaceful aspect as it goes in. It's not like boom, explosion. It's kind of like bringing it to this nice, easy, tranquil place, right? That peace of mind, that breathing out. And it could be this new moon cycle. I don't know. We're going to see. You might not be doing as much as you normally would do. Let's see. It could be that you're letting your, I remember the new moon, it was like, as long as you had everything going right, it's like you didn't have to make a lot of decisions. Nothing was going to really hold you down. You weren't chained to anything, I think is, I don't know if I said that, but yeah, you weren't chained to anything. So if all those things went well, it looks like we can just have that peace of mind, have that ease, have that flow, and during this new moon cycle. What else do we have going on during this new moon cycle, right? What else is going on between our Virgo new moon? Of course, again, like I said, Virgo, a lot of healing. We're coming up right on the equinox, right? Our fall equinox is coming, and then we're flowing into that full moon in Taurus. What else do we got here? One more. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I love this. It's like we just got a little bit going on here, guys. Just a little bit. All right. So we start off here with the Three of Pentacles reversed. Then we have the Princess of Cups upright. Strength upright. Seven of Swords upright. So again, just a lot of energy. So let's look at this breathing out, etc. So I'm feeling these are relational, like this. So we have our Three of Pentacles, and a lot of times people get concerned when Pentacles are reversed. They're concerned about reversal of funds, harder work, etc. And actually what I'm seeing here is communication's going to get better. As you develop a stronger peace of mind, communication is going to get better. So you might as well start working on that right now, right? As you get more calm and deepen more into your own intuition for your business, communication is going to get better between you and your client, you, and your family, you, and your contractors, employees, etc. It starts off with there, again, I think I started off with this before, maybe a misunderstanding or something. It's not that big a deal, but it points to there's some communication breakdowns. And I can see over here, as we move through and gather this peace of mind, as things come to conclusion, that peace, that understanding, the communication not only gets better, but you really learn. It's almost like a journey. I haven't even looked at the in-between. It's almost like a journey where there are some communication troubles. Then they start to be resolved, but also you understand where people are coming from. You can really, it's that Gemini energy. You can really go in with people. I like how Geminis always can understand how to win arguments. They understand all of that stuff. But they also understand where people are right now. And that's how they're able to win arguments. Or that's how they're able to persuade. Right? Because they're like natural salespeople. Right? And it's because they understand where people are. And they can be there with them in the weeds. Right? And then move them forward. And that's that expert communication going on. And so I'm seeing it's not as great here. And it could hinder you a little bit, but not that much. But it's really going to grow during this time period. Your ability to communicate your message out to potential clients, communicate better with your clients. Like overall, as that communication enhances, you will find your finances enhancing. Okay. Then we're looking over here, like I said, but again, what does it have to do with? Peace of mind, intuition, breathing out, right? Calming the F down. Okay, so Princess of Cups is just a time where, I mean, I love autumn, right? And we're right here at autumn equinox, so I think it's going to have a little bit to do with that. That you're going to definitely be in that peace of mind state around the time of autumn equinox. It's definitely when you're going to want to get there. And of course, in some ways it can't be pushed, but it can be helped, assisted, right? Spending time alone in the quiet, in the silence, which is a bit unnerving in our hyper intense kind of community. Like we always have something on. Have you noticed that? TV or the computer or music or whatever. There's always something stimulating our senses. The lights. It's surrounded by lights right now. And I'm not the buzz of the lights. The buzz of the computer humming, even when it's just on in the background, you're not on it. Right? So sitting in silence. You know, one of my favorite ways, if you meditate, this is a good time to meditate, to just kind of get quiet, to breathe out, to get that inner peace, right? I think I already brought up the meditation videos. One of the other things I do is I meditate with candles, right? It's that focus that's going to help you. I'm not saying wipe out all thoughts from your mind. I personally find that really difficult to do. I know some people are master meditators and they don't. But I'm able to entertain them in a way of, that's interesting, and let it go away. Right? That's interesting, let it go away, and turn my attention back to what I want, whether something I'm chanting, or like I said, I'm a real big fan of focusing with candles. So do what you can as the equinox gets closer. Okay? And then we've got the Leo, right? We've got that strength card. We've got that Leo energy. We've got that creativity making a comeback during this new moon season, which actually a little bit surprised me, but I'm always happy to see the strength card, right? Mainly because it's playfulness, it's creativity. And again, it's a reminder to breathe, right? To be creative, guys. Right? Creativity happens almost when you're not trying to be creative. It happens when you've given yourself space to just be or to play. That's when creativity happens. That's when, what I say, the breakthrough happens. That's when you can see yourself going out there and making a difference in a way that you didn't think was possible, or you see a solution that has never occurred to you before. It's in that creativity, it's in that playfulness, it's in that strength to say, I don't have to have every second of my life accounted for in productivity, right? I find creativity to be very productive. And I literally try to make space in my calendar for it, right? And the space I make means I'm just not overcrowding my calendar with things to do, right? And I encourage you to do that. And sometimes I understand you're in business and it just feels like there is so much for you to do. There's so many hats to wear. Part of that is learning how to delegate. Using your communication skills to see how people can do other things, right? Part of it's learning, like, what do you actually need to do to move the needle forward rather than just be busy, right? There's so much we can prune away. Sometimes it's just your business model that's making you crazy. So there's a lot of different places we can look to see what that could be. But right now, make time by not overcrowding your plate, not overcrowding your calendar. And that way you make time for creativity. All right, so what else do we got here? That was a lot, guys. That's a lot. It's a lot for a time where it's like, hey, can you take a step back? Can you chill for a minute? Can you breathe out? Can you enjoy the fruits of your labor? Like I said, if you did the things that need to be done during that full moon cycle, this new moon cycle is going to feel like cake. And it's almost like refining to get better. Like, the better it gets, the better it gets. That's what it's like. The better it gets, the better it gets. And you have more and more peace of mind. And that's how the better it gets, the better it gets. Is that you really invest in peace of mind. All right. So let's see what else we've got here. Because we've got some good stuff. I'm grateful. The fairies kind of like, hey, we got something we want to say over here. Okay, we've got a few things here. We've got 11th house. For those of you in the numerology, this is card 85. The 9th house, card 33. And Libra, card 19. Of course, Libra is going to make an appearance. We're going to be in Libra season here at the equinox, right? So, of course, Libra wants to make an appearance here. But it's also nice to have some of these other cards hanging out with us. So we have the 11th house of friends. I think of the 11th house, especially when I'm talking to entrepreneurs. It's not the community you create. I actually think of that more as the 4th house. The 11th house is your humanitarian cause, right? Like, who are you going to bat for? Who are you volunteering with? Where are you sending your money? Where are you spending your time? That's your 11th house. Whether it's a cause that you create yourself or one that you just support, that's your 11th house. So during this time too, take a look at who you're supporting, right? And sometimes we simply support by how we spend our money. Other times it's more directed, right? But look at who you're supporting, the causes that you're actually supporting. That would be one of the things I would say here that I'm doing as a big thing for 11th house. The 9th house. Here that the 9th house is faith. And I think of the 9th house as really the place where you go for knowledge. Yes, it can be esoteric, it can be religious, it can be all those things. And it's also travel, right? And so it's interesting to me to have travel really push up in my mind and faith. So it's like having almost the faith to go and do. So if there's something that's coming up and you're like, I'm afraid to go, and there's reasons to be afraid, right? See if the reason or the method or whatever is, how do I want to say this? Just because it might be somewhere kind of farish. So let's say it's several states away or whatever. And you had originally intended to fly. Maybe the solution is for you to drive. Maybe you're feeling stuck in, but maybe the solution is for you to have a road trip, right? There's still ways to do things and still feel safe and still have the safety for the other people around you. But it's like having that faith. Yeah, and keeping that peace of mind. And that's if that's coming up for you. That's something that's been planned or that's been on your heart for you to do, right? So look into that. That's what's coming up for me here. And then, like I said, of course, Libra is going to make an appearance. It's going to be Libra season. Libra's like, hello, Libra in the house, right? So with Libra, there's, it says I balance, right? Libra is all about social justice, rooting for the underdog, being the hostess with the mostest, bringing people together, which as, all of you, Starseeds, lightworkers, however you see yourself, if you see yourself as a spiritually and socially conscious entrepreneur, know that you are being called to shine your light out into the world and also to heal this world, right? We're coming out of the season of Virgo, which is season of healing, into a season of justice. And so it's so beautiful to get that Libra's bringing, saying hello right now, so to speak. It's that reminder that we are called to do something great and bring great understanding and awakening, etc. Like all that is so good and yummy, but we're also called here to unite because we're all into this together. I mean, I know, guys, and preaching to the choir here, we're all in this together. You know that we're all interconnected. And it's our interconnectedness where we really have our strength. All right, that is what I have for you. That was an amazing reading, right? For this new moon coming up. Oh my gosh, that just seems crazy. But that's that new moon in Virgo. And that's what I have for you guys today. Peace, joy, love. To you.